find interviews done with a lot of eminent people. I at first assumed it would be only about Indian directors and actors, but we of course have Amitabh Bachchan, who talks about what it is like to be called God, and Shah Rukh Khan, who talks about not being God, but being an employee of the Shah Rukh Khan fan club. There's Amir and Salman, of course, but there's also Martin Scorsese, Ang Lee, Steven Spielberg, Nicole Kidman, and so many others. It's a book I think we're all looking forward to reading. So Anupama, congratulations and all the best. Will you come up?
With so many of you, and this is so staggeringly beautiful. I hadn't thought of this at all when the Anil and Literature Live invited me. So thank you. Really, this is amazing. Taj Lands End. Thank you, the team at HarperCollins. This is just phenomenal. You know, the front row has a very special place in my heart. So I'm really grateful that so many people have turned up for this. We shot the show for 2 years. It ran from 2012 to 2014. And me and my very amazing all-woman team, there's Smriti Kiran in the front row, and there was Sonal, and there was Kalpana and Ishani, who's running around desperately trying to figure out where Kangana Ranaut is at this moment. So she's still doing production. We all really moved into Mehboob for 2 years. And there's of course Chirag, who did the sound, who's also here. Thank you, sir. There's Hemant, who shot it. There were all my fantastic bosses at Star. Gaurav Banerjee is in the room. There's Rasika, there's Nimisha. Our hope and our idea was to really create interesting, engaging and entertaining conversations around film. You know, film journalism has become a very strange and intriguing beast in the 20 years that I've been doing it. It's really changed. When I started, my mom's in the first row, and I remember I worked for Movie Magazine, and I'm talking about 1989, and my mom was like, oh my God, you're a gold medalist from Bombay University and you're going to write about film stars. And I said, but that's all I want to do. And I've been doing it since then. But back then, there were very few of us who did this. Mainstream newspapers, mainstream magazines, and it's impossible to imagine now, didn't even carry stuff about Hindi movies. I mean, they were considered infra-dig. You didn't, you know, it was sort of opium for the unwashed masses. And there were very few of us doing studio rounds. There were no minders, there were no managers. We would go into Film City and just go from set to set. I mean, it's unthinkable now, the layers we have to go through to access any celebrity. So it's become a space where we're really consumed. Our minds and our media is really consumed by films, but more by celebrity journalism. You know, I was reading an article in HuffPo, and the first line was, celebrity journalism is like crack. Americans are addicted to it. So are we, frankly. You know, it's everywhere. I think film celebrities especially have become sort of omnipresent entities. You know, they're always on. If they're not on a screen, they're on television, or they're in an ad, or they're on a dance show, or they're cutting a ribbon. And it's interesting for us to think about what are the rules now. You know, when so much of what you do depends on access to the same 10.5 people. I mean, there's lots of my journalist friends here, and we all know the 10.5 people we're all chasing every single day. So what are the ethical implications of that? What are the rules of that? How do you create engaging conversations when, in a sense, celebrities have become what an American film critic, Richard Schickel, called intimate strangers? We just know too much about them. You know, we know that Aditya Roy Kapoor fired his driver because he was rude to his parents. I mean, why do I need to know this? You know, it's become slightly surreal almost. So in that environment, what is the role of a responsible journalist? What is a responsible film journalist? What is the role? And how do we create conversations that have depth, that have shelf life, and that add something to your lives as viewers of film, as consumers of film, and as you know, people who are interested in these people. So, should I invite people up? Or you'll do it? So I'm going to invite my partner in crime, Rajiv Masan. Look at the viral fever and look at what this man does. And at some point, Kangana will join us. Ishani, do we have an ETA? 5 minutes, folks. Okay.
Doing the review, you try to just look at it objectively and not be, consumed by the fact that you know this person, all that the person has put in a lot of work, because everyone puts in work, right? Even the worst films. I mean, there's been love and effort put into them, but it's hard, and I'm sure that biases creep in. You try for that not to happen, but you can't please anyone. So that list of how many people stop talking to you because they're doing interviews with you, but then you slam their film next week, that list has grown very long. That's our little secret, right? Just the actors that you see not appearing on our shows for too long when they don't have a release, it's because they're not talking to us.
I'll tell you, Akshay Kumar doesn't talk to me. Does he talk to you?
No.
So Rajiv and I saw Rowdy Rathod in London, and we both just hated it. And we never exchanged notes, okay? It's a professional
We actually
courtesy.
sat in different rows.
Yeah, we sat in different rows and we don't ask each other because that will invariably influence the other person. And then we look at our reviews and 1 star, 1 star from Rajiv, 1 star from me. And the director was Prabhu Deva, who then I interviewed about a year later. Okay, and he said, Madam, us,
Akshay has been contacting us. I think he definitely wants to do something with us.
Akshay's been contacting.
He's lost 2 big journalists from him.
No, but one sketch they did with Shah Rukh Khan, they have Biswapati, who's the comic who's imitating Arnab
Who's the
Goswami.
real Arnab?
Who's the real Arnab? And so he's asking Shah Rukh, how many awards have you won? And Shah Rukh says, I'm 200 something. How many of those have you bought? And Shah Rukh very seriously says, the first 150. After that, they started paying me. And this is all part of the script that these guys are writing. So has the definition of celebrity changed? Have they changed?
See, I think change has definitely happened because 10 years back, we wouldn't have started this event if the central chair was empty. But now we have, so I think definitely.
Awesome!
So I think that has definitely been one of the most important changes, and everybody is cool. I think the guest is going to be very cool. That okay, that was great. So change has definitely been there. I come from a very small town called Muzaffarpur. It still has no electricity, and so I have very vague memory of movie journalism, like how Anu was saying. So in any of our friends in our mohalla or colony, if they started buying Kingstar or Mayapuri or Screen magazine, we knew that he was hitting puberty. So I think that was the definition for us for movie journalism then. But today when I go to my small town, my friends from my mohalla wants to know which is the latest review, and they all want to know who's the guy who gives the least amount of stars so that they can really know, okay, this is the person that we should read the reviews and watch the movies.
They evaluate that from the least amount. Come on! Come in. Come on. So Kangana, we've just started and we're talking about celebrity journalism.
Enlighten me on that a bit.
So Anna,
Okay, so good evening everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late I guess.
No, I think that's the discount that you get for being a celeb in India, I think. So I was just, I think what has changed majorly would be this medium. I think the most important thing that we need to acknowledge is the power of this new medium, which
is digital?
Which is digital, which is internet. I think that technology per se has really changed a lot of things. We have to first acknowledge that, because initially also people used to sit in their colony and make fun of people or may not like or dislike a celebrity, but now they do it on a medium which comes back to you. So people used to criticize, like, dislike, comment every time. Even our fathers used to do that, grandfathers used to do that. But now we have a fascinating technology which throws it back to your face.
It's not a good feeling.
Yeah. So I think that is what has really been the crux and the root of the change. That it all comes back to you and it's just instant. So one bad tweet and somebody is replying to you and firing away. So
But Kangana, you are not on Twitter.
Yeah, because
Why
I'm
not?
very sensitive. I can't really take all of that, especially, and also I think it's not easy to be, where we are. There's so much work pressure, and there's so many expectations, and I don't know about others, but I started very young, and like I told you in my interview that I'm very, I'm sensitive and I take criticism very seriously. Like I wouldn't really believe that people can do it for fun also. Like for me, it's like a proper feedback. Okay, so you really said that I look like a bitch. So you like what are the like from which angle? So I would take it really seriously and would want to make it a constructive thing for me and my personality and the work that I do. So if people are doing it for fun or to be nasty or just because they are having a bad day, I can't deal with that.